yeah! You just heard the new them. We got Michael and Eric here at the Bakersfield Underground, the Bug. What's going on, broskies?
Oh, shit. That was hot.
You guys are good, man?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, it's a pleasure to have you guys over here on the Bug and stuff. I remember I saw you guys at Fest.
You saw us at Fest?
Hell yeah, I did, man.
Really?
Hey, but back then, you had a shaved head just like I did and shit, you know? I'm over here hating, man. You know, I saw you walk in, you have a full set of hair and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I can't even grow mines out, dog. How are you guys doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
Oh, hell yeah. I appreciate you guys for being here today. I know you guys got a show to do here in a little bit and stuff. So let everybody know where we can find you at on social media and plug that show away, man.
We are the new them. You can find us on everything. Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Snapchat. We have a Snapchat, but it's
nobody sees that shit.
It's all right. I mean, we have like 4,000 followers.
Oh, there you go. That's good then.
No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. But yeah, you can find us all on those social medias. The new them.
Hell yeah. Do you have any upcoming shows, you guys, or anything?
Yeah, we actually
we are playing tonight, as a matter of fact. Tonight Culture, right here in Bakersfield.
Yeah, big shout out Cali Culture. Hell yeah.
Culture. Hey, Miguel Mejia, if you're watching this, yo, shout out to you. You're the one that booked us for tonight. Cali Culture will be there. June 1st, we'll be at Ben's Smoking Barbecue. You know, shout out to Bernard. Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, that's over in Fresno in the Tower District.
Yes, Fresno Tower District. That is actually our last show, and then we're gonna take some time to write our second album.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, me and Eric are gonna hit the studio, and we're gonna really get into it.
Hell yeah. Besides the new them, do you guys have a separate, social media, anything that you guys want to plug? Or fuck it, we're going to keep it at the new them.
Just the new them? You want to plug anything?
No, yeah.
He's like, I don't give up my information. Hell yeah. So we got this album, it's the self-titled album and stuff that we're going to get to and stuff. I listened to it when it first came out. I was all fucking down when it came out.
September 27th?
Yeah. I know that you customize the CDs and all that stuff too. That's fucking hella dope, man. So we're going to get into that here in a little bit, but first let's get to know the band. All right, let's get to know Michael and Eric and stuff. All right, so how long have you guys been doing music and stuff?
About a year.
Well, together, we've been working together for about a year or so, but I've been working on music since I was 19. I started drumming.
Oh,
hell yeah. How old are you right now? Shit, man, you look fucking 19 right now.
I am 28. Thank you.
There you go.
That.
Yeah, 28. Yeah. I'm Michael, 29, but I started music when I was 16. I didn't really take it serious until my 20s. And I was writing solo music. And then I found Eric. And Eric is the drummer for the new them now. And
hell yeah.
I feel like it's going to stay that way.
Oh, that's dope, man. Isn't it cool when you find somebody that has that same passion, for music with you guys and stuff? Hell yeah. It's fucking dope.
It's like striking gold. Like, I wasn't there. My grandparents were. But, striking gold, I found it with him. I bring any guitar track I can to him, and he just instantly knows.
It's like right on it and shit.
Like that song Anxiety. I played it for him one time. Yeah. And he instantly knew how to drum to it.
That's what's up right there, man.
Amazing.
I also want to thank you guys for bringing some drinks, man. I love guests that bring drinks over here. So, hey, man, let's take a fucking little shot real quick and stuff. Salud, you guys. Salud. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Beatbox.
You can never go wrong with beatbox and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, what got you guys into music?
Ooh, for me, what got me into music, I was a child, probably like 10 years old. I heard my brother, he was in a band before me, 3 for Trying. He had like a distortion on his setting, and I turned his guitar up real loud when he went to the, he took off for a bit. So I turned it up real loud, hit the string, and it sounded like a motorcycle, like, woo.
Oh, shit.
I was in love with that sound, so that's what got me into it. What about you, Eric?
I'd say a strong admiration for punk, and that's what drew me into making music myself. Originally I tried to be a vocalist, but that didn't work out.
You didn't have the voice. It's just like me, man. I tried.
I'm too monotone. So I ended up going with the drums, and I loved it. Yeah, I was able to catch on pretty quick, and I would say I would credit punk with getting me into music.
Hell yeah. So speaking of punk music, what was around you growing up? What kind of music was around you? What motivated you and stuff?
Oh, really? When I grew up, most of my friends, they would listen to rap and stuff, like old school 90s gangster rap.
All right.
Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, and I liked all that stuff. But originally, like in high school, I started getting into Blink-182 and Green Day.
Oh, okay.
The pop punk.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the movies like American Pie, and I looked at.
Oh, fuck yeah, man!
I kind of went from there.
American Pie.
The chick's a MILF. Yeah, that's some good shit right there. Yeah. What about you, Michael? What was around you, and so what kind of music did you?
What was around me? I was heavily influenced by my brother because I didn't have access to music. He had access to all these CDs. You know, he had a whole binder full.
Oh, I had to do. We were just talking about that. Yeah. I carried that fucking briefcase with me, full of CDs. Yeah,
full of CDs, and you know, he had Jimmy Eat World, Blink, Green Day, some No Effects, you know, people that like they were all influences to me. So I took an influence from my brother's CD collection. Actually,
it was a good collection too, by the way. Yeah.
I still remember to this day being a kid, just like having a CD player of my own, plugging in Jimmy Eat World. They're like a Bleed American CD. Dude, I would listen to that as I would fall asleep.
They're the ones that sing it. It just takes a while, a little bit in the middle, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Jimmy Eat World.
Time, you know,
those motherfuckers. Yeah,
those guys. Yeah.
That's dope, man. It was good music too.
It was good. I mean? That's what got me into it.
Hell yeah, I remember my older brother. Yeah, his CD collection too. Same thing.
Yeah.
But he had all that gangster rap, Eazy-E. He was more into rap. I got more into like punk and everything, like Rancid and shit like that. You know, that's what I would listen to and stuff. So it was pretty cool, you know, back in the day, having those CD collections and stuff, which is one of the things that got my attention about you, that you actually customize the CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. I was going to ask you to bring me one too, dog.
I have one in the car.
We're going to talk later and stuff. Hell yeah. I want you to customize it because I like that, man, because you don't see that kind of physical media anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
You usually see people like mass order like CDs of like their, you know, their band, their album. They put their logo on there, and it's whatever. But I was like, I want to make it personal. I want people to feel like they actually own something. that was from the artist.
I like that.
Yeah, it wasn't ordered from a company. It was he hand drew that.
Yeah, and then you customize it. You number them too, and all that stuff. Like you do all these things. Like I said, I'm a big fan of all that. You know what I mean? Something different and something that you could walk out with after watching the show and stuff. You got this thing that it's only for you, customized for you.
It's only for
That's
you.
Fucking dope, man. I like that. I like that right there. How do you guys feel about performing the first time? How old were you guys when you guys got up there on stage? Whether it was at church, whether it was at a family function, or anything like that.
How old were you when you first performed?
I think I was like 22, either 21 or 22 when I first performed. And
all right.
Yeah, I remember being so nervous the day of, and we played and stuff, and it was dark, and I like that it was dark because
you can hide a little bit,
Yeah, but for a really long time, I was always nervous when it came to performing. I wouldn't eat the whole day. I wouldn't smoke or drink or anything.
You wanted to be sober, no bathroom breaks, none of that shit.
Nothing like that. No, and I'd be practicing the whole day, and now I'm comfortable performing. I sleep.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'll eat, drink, and
it's good now. Now you can hold it in and shit.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah. For me, I'm very strict on the vocals, and like I told Eric today, like I'm not gonna smoke until I sing because
of course.
Like I want the audience to feel the emotion that I put behind it.
I like that.
And when I first performed, it was probably around like age 20.
All right.
Like I was doing like demo shows with my brother.
Yeah.
You know, I had him on the guitar and I was just singing by myself. But 20, we went around like Visalia, Porterville, Tulare. But from then to now, I feel more comfortable. Like I feel like the stage is just like a home you can visit, and it's real easy to just get up there and perform now.
Do you do anything to prepare like your voice and stuff? Because you're putting a lot into that, into your music.
Yeah. Like on that song we just heard, Anxiety. Yeah. Like when I hit the chorus, like I'm raising my voice in like an octave, like to hit that like this time. To prepare, I do like lip rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll do lip rolls, and then like I'll do like a dry cough, like nothing too like strenuous.
A dry cough.
Yeah, just like a something
just
like
to get
that.
it out
just to get like my voice like to open up the vocal cords.
Nice.
Like today, like all today, I started like 9 a.m., 12 a.m., 12, 1. I would do it every couple hours. Lip roll, cough, and it would get me ready for tonight.
Man, that's good. I need some advice so I can maintain my voice here because I yell a lot, man. You know what I mean? So, but it is cool. Even for drumming, man. Is there anything that you do? Are you just hitting the seat or anything like that, trying to get your tempo going or anything like that? Or you just walk in there and fuck it.
It's a mixture of both. Sometimes I don't get to practice much before shows. It just depends on how busy my schedule is. But for the most part, if I do have the time, I like to be nice and tightened up and make sure that I'm ready to go. But there's times where I don't get to do that, and I still go in there, and I'm still able to
just do it, huh?
Yeah,
fuck it, like ain't no going back now and stuff. Yeah, I started drumming when I was about 10, 11 years old. And really? Man, dude, and I was fucking big too, bro. So I'm like fucking sweating. The sticks get all slippery and shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot can go wrong. You know what I mean? But it's fun. It's fun going out there, especially, you know, you try to prepare as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
But once you're up there, fuck it. Whatever it is, whatever goes, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. I like that and stuff. So at what point did you guys start recording your music and stuff?
Ooh, so the album that you heard "Anxiety" off of, that was our, you know, the show album.
Yeah, it's like a live album.
Yeah, it's a live album. Yeah. So that we had performed at Tioga Sequoia, right?
All right.
In Fresno. I had a friend, Rodrigo. He recorded off his iPhone.
Nice.
It sounded so good, and he was standing right in front, and I took that audio, put it in the program, and I added bass over it, and that's how we recorded our first live album.
Yeah.
It was spontaneous, you know. Me and him hadn't planned it. Yeah. And I just told him, you know, I'm gonna do it. Like the people,
why not? Yeah.
We need something tangible.
Yeah.
So I put it out there. People can listen to it, you know, for free. You can download it for free. But that's what got us started.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. One of the things that I really do like about this album, when it came out, boom, it was already on my list already, right?
Yeah.
So I listened to it, and it gives me that, like, Kiss Alive vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, this is fucking dope. You know what I mean? And I like it. Okay, so Kiss Alive wasn't all recorded live. You know, they did a little bit of work behind. But now that you're telling me that you did the bass line in there, because, there is no bass player in there. Yeah. That's fucking dope, man. The things you got to do to get it going.
Yeah. I mean, it's his bass.
Okay, Are you a bassist also? Do you play bass or?
No, I bought the bass because back in an old band that I had, I was trying to get it going, and I knew someone who played bass, and he could just not, for whatever reason, not get his own bass. So I was committed, and I bought a bass, and I was like, okay, now we have a bass to play.
Yeah.
No more excuses.
Oh, fuck yeah. You got it right there, huh? Yeah. That's fucking dope, man. I like that. I like that you said something like that, you know, but the album does sound really good and stuff.
Oh, thank
you. And, you know, we're going to get to listening to it here in a little bit and stuff. Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
The first song I wrote, yes.
Yeah. How old were you? What was it about?
So I actually did I went through this moment where I was sitting in my room by myself writing all the songs. I wrote all the songs last year in 2024.
Yeah.
The first song I wrote for this album was Anxiety.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people will say that it sounds like Blink-182, their song. It's like the third song on the new album, right?
Okay.
But I took influence from them. Boxcar Racer, right? I had an influence heavy from it. So I was just jamming one day. I wrote the song. I brought it to Eric. He figured out the drums instantly.
Nice.
Anxiety is the first song that we wrote.
That's the one. Okay. All right. We're going to break down some lyrics because I got some lyrics already written down over here about that song and stuff. So, we're going to talk about that and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about creating your own music? Doing cover songs is one thing, right? It's very important for us to do cover songs to get the, you know what I mean, get the feel of it and everything, get the flow of it. But creating your own music, man, creating something out of nothing.
I'm very comfortable creating my own music. I would actually say that's what I spend most of my time doing is creating my own music. I don't learn too many covers, but I do know a few. But I feel it's very important to be able to create your own music. And I think the best way to do that is just you have to dedicate a lot of time to just jamming and, you know, having a free jam. And it takes a lot of work, takes a lot of time, and you know. And a lot of time spent playing stuff that might not sound that good, but eventually you will find what sounds great.
You got to chip away at it, huh? Until it becomes the final product and stuff.
Yeah, really. Like Anxiety, like I said, you know, I had all the chords, the lyrics were written. I brought it to Eric. He wrote the drums, and it was done.
Hell yeah!
I wrote, all these songs. I came to Eric with actually like a booklet of songs. This whole album that you're hearing right now.
Yeah.
I brought it to Eric. You know, it took a day's worth. He figured out the drums. We were good to go. We're squared.
Oh, hell yeah. Were they just regular lyrics? Was it a poem? Was it anything like that? A story or based on reality, or what was it?
It was based on reality.
Okay.
What I was going through at the time, like anxiety, like if you listen to it closely, it's about detachment issues.
Yeah,
you know, like the lyrics. Like one of the lyrics is like I'm going through the motions until I'm back in my room.
Yeah,
like, you know, like there's people out there that go through that.
Like,
hell
yeah.
They don't want to be social. They just want to go back to their room where they're at, going through the motions.
Shit, man, that's me, though.
Everyone can relate a little bit. So I was writing from that perspective. Like at the time, I was going through that. And that's just where the songwriting process came from.
Oh, nice.
All real world experiences.
Life experience. Yeah, you take a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah, and like, you know, a huge thing that we're doing is like the second album. I'm already writing it. I just got to bring it to Eric, and he will tear it up. I know he will.
Oh fuck yeah, he gets down on this album right here. Hell yeah. So how did you feel about hearing your voice back the first time and stuff? Were you happy with it? Were you like, oh fuck, what the fuck is this? You know?
I mean, like I said, like I was really strict on the vocals, so I would spend time practicing that in my room.
Yeah,
and I would do the vocals over and over and over again. And actually, shout out to my mom.
Hey, big shout out to mom.
If you're watching this.
You better be watching, Mom.
Yeah, she was my only audience, and like I ran everything by her at the time. Like I would perform the entire song of Anxiety, and she would tell me her feedback.
Yeah, yeah.
But she'd tell me good or not, and so Anxiety came out good, and I was like, all right, well I'm gonna take it to the drummer. And that's dope, man. That's how we got that.
Hey, big shout out to moms, man. You know what I mean? Because she put up with the song many times, I'm pretty sure. Different variations of it and stuff. And she was like, hey, mijo, you're doing fucking great.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Oh, man, my mom, she would show up in the practice room and be like, play Johnny Be Good. I want to hear Johnny Be Good.
I know, I've heard that one too,
I just whip it out.
Everybody likes that.
Everyone.
That's a good party starter right there. You know what I mean?
It is.
Let's talk about the writing process and stuff, man. How do you go about it? Me, I'm a pen and a pad person and stuff. Some people record off of their phone. Some people just record, over voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Memos. How do you go ahead and record?
So how I go about it, it's usually an all-day process for me. I will play the song out on the chords because I usually have the chords written. I will make up lyrics, depending on the topic, and I just go from there. But I always take from real-world experiences that I had.
All right.
And then I will bring it to Eric. Eric will write the drums in like 2 seconds, and we're good to go.
There you go. So how do you feel about getting those lyrics down, getting the first, I'm pretty sure you got a couple riffs in there and stuff.
Got a lot.
Yeah, a lot of riffs in there and stuff before it lands in your hands and stuff. As a drummer, do you try to do like different beats or what goes through your mind after?
Yeah, I'm always trying to do something different. I always take into account the beats I've done on previous songs, and I always try to find some different, some type of variation to where it's not the same exact thing. I'm always looking for ways to add some type of like a signature drumming sound, like to where you could hear that and be like, oh yeah, that's from this song.
You did that in Anxiety, actually. There's like a symbol thing that he does on Anxiety, like during the verse. It's so clean, but
that's fucking dope, man.
It's different and unique, and he does it.
Hell yeah! So, what drummers inspired you, man? There's a lot of good drummers out there, man.
Yeah, I would say, Travis Barker obviously really.
Hell yeah, he's the one that's been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, and so to name some other drummers, I'm honestly terrible with learning the names of
but like a band or something like that,
members and stuff. But a band that inspired me a lot would be Choking Victim.
All right,
Leftover Crack, them. A lot of
different sounds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a lot of ska drumming.
Yeah. They can go fast paced, then they slow it down and shit. Yeah, especially with ska music and stuff. That's fucking dope, man. So let's talk about the album, okay? The album. So I'm huge on album covers, okay?
Really?
And what they look like and stuff. Because back then, when CDs were out there, I would purchase albums without even listening to them based off of the album cover.
Yeah, that's a real thing, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm still, even though we don't have that physical media, you know what I mean, now, but the album cover is like a drawing of stick figures, pretty much.
Yeah, stick figures.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? What was the idea behind that?
Yeah, so the new them. I drew that stick figure on my one of my niece's toys. It was like a little like marker thing. All right. But I drew it and it came out really good. But basically the album cover comes from like if you listen to the songs, you could follow the story, but it follows a couple. Like the guy and the girl, whether they've been together for the first time, lifetimes, however you interpret it. The album cover comes from the idea of two people connecting and then disconnecting. Like if you go through the album, Anxiety, it starts off with like the guy is like down and out. The girl comes in, and that's where you get songs like Lover's Lane, Home,
all good songs.
But the idea basically of the album cover is just the story of two people. Man and woman, man and man, woman and woman. However you interpret it, we're the new them.
I like that.
Them.
I like that right there. So we're going to dive into this album right here. Just remember, this album is available on all streaming platforms. Go ahead and check it out, man. It's a really good album. We've been talking about Anxiety. We come in with Anxiety. Let's talk about it now. You know what I mean? That's the first track that we're going to play over here. With Anxiety, you kind of describe what goes on in your head. You know what I mean? When anxiety kicks in and stuff.
Separation anxiety.
You mentioned, your heart beating faster, getting lost in your head. And then you say, maybe someday I'll find a piece of mine. Oh, I can call my own.
Yeah, like
that's fucking dope.
It could be anything. It could be a person. It could be a place. It could be a thing. Somewhere, someone finds their own peace of mind that they can call their own. It doesn't matter what it is. They always find it.
Hell yeah.
And that's why I wrote it like that. Like, whatever anxiety you're feeling, everyone has their own home that they can call home.
Yeah, peace of mind and
peace
shit.
of mind.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I like that you gave us a really good example. You described what you're going through and stuff. Yeah. We had an anxiety fucking episode last week and shit. We had a motherfucker walk out,
That's anxiety.
Yeah, that's anxiety right there. You know what I mean? But
cue the song.
What can you tell us over here, Eric, about this song?
I can tell you that that drum beat, the beat that I'm drumming right now, I can tell you that I kind of came up with on the way to practice for the first time. I had told Michael that I had been practicing to the music, but really I hadn't had any time to practice. So I listened to the tracks he had sent me on the entire car ride over from Fresno to Exeter. And in my head, I was just listening to what I heard, and it actually worked out. By the time I got there, I had it in my head enough to where I could replicate it enough to where he was satisfied with what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I mean, this is a good song. It's a good opener for the album, too. You know what I mean? It kind of sets the mood in, like, what we're going to get into in this album.
Yeah.
So it sets the story.
Yeah, like, I set this song as the first song of the album because it gave, like, a tone, like, of the whole album. Like, you're going to get dirty, distortion. You're going to get clean. And it set the mood for the album. So as soon as you hear this song, you knew exactly what you were going to get in the entire album.
I love that, man. I love that. The next song that I have over here is called The Show, okay? So this one has an interesting story, okay? Now, correct me if I'm wrong and stuff, but your brother Steven wrote this song about over 11 years ago.
Yeah,
is this true?
Yeah, my brother Steven wrote it.
All right. This one is about not really having a purpose in life. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Like I mentioned, my brother Steven, he had his own band, 3 for Trying. Yeah. And at the time, he was like maybe 18, 19. He had saw someone get gunned down in front of his house.
Oh shit!
And people were crowding around, and they weren't doing nothing. That's where lyrics come from. And they were just watching as the life goes down the drain, and no one was doing nothing. So my brother, my brother wrote that, but it was only on acoustic. Okay. And there was no drums, there was no bass, it was just acoustic. I mean, maybe there was acoustic bass, but I took that song, made it into a punk rock song. And Eric took over the drums. That's what you're hearing now.
Hell yeah!
And just amped it up a lot. But credit goes all to my brother Steven.
Hey, big shout out to Steven. One of the things that I really do like is that you show the process of this song. Like, you were struggling to play it a little bit, right, at the beginning, and then it becomes this fucking dope ass song right here. That's fucking hella dope, man. Eric, what can you tell me about this song?
I mean, I can't tell you much. I really like the song when Michael brought it to me. I know originally he had brought something a little bit different and changed it. And at first I didn't like that he had changed it like that. But I ended up being very happy with the result of the song.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it came out pretty good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I bet you it's fun playing the song too, because it's like fast paced and shit. You know?
Yeah. It's more like a punk beat to come in on. Yeah.
Hell yeah. This is the song that's gonna tire you out, huh? By the time you're done playing it, makes your whole body work and shit.
Trying to plan this song like in the middle of the set. Like while we're still like amped up, we go for it.
Yeah, there you go. And that's a good position to play it on the set list and shit. Keep it fucking moving and shit. I like that, man. I like these stories right here. So the next, okay, we're gonna step aside from the album a little bit, okay? So you got this one song called Rose Colored Girl, okay?
Rose Colored Girl.
Yeah,
you
Rose Colored Girl.
That information.
Yes, I do. So what? Tell me about Let's talk about this one. This is such a beautiful song. You know what I mean? You got lyrics like "Dear You," "Fairy Tale Dream," "Met Under the Starlit View." Man, my goodness, man. I mean, you're romantic too, huh?
So like at the time, I had a muse. Sin, if you're watching. At the time, she had inspired me. The song I told her, it's not about her. It's about the idea of her. That kind of woman coming into your life. She looks like she's dressed in rose colors. It could be her hair, it could be her makeup, whatever it is. But it's a type of dream girl that comes into your life that you would never think to have.
I've had a couple of them.
Yeah, right? You would never think to have.
Yeah.
And so I took that idea, I wrote it into a song, brought it to Eric, he wrote the drums, and the song is inspired by her. It's not for
I like
her.
that. Yeah, but it's inspired by her.
It's the idea.
Did she get to listen to it?
Yes, actually, she heard it. She
What
got
kind
to
of
listen to it
reaction did she
multiple
get?
times. She loved it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, she loved
that's
it.
Nice, right there.
We have I showed her a preview of the piano version that I have coming soon.
It's gonna come out, a piano version of it. Oh,
so
dude, I
it's
can't
the
wait to hear it.
piano stacked on top of acoustic, stacked on top of electric. It's a very, very beautiful harmonic version of the song that she will get to hear. But
I like that.
yeah, that's where it came from, really.
It's a really good song. I'm looking forward to listening to the, adding some keys in there, man. That's gonna be fucking dope.
How'd you find that?
Oh man, I did my research on you guys, man.
That song is not on the album, by the way.
It's not about that. That's why I said we're gonna step away from the album for a little bit of stuff. Eric, you get it. This song lands on your lap and stuff. What do we add to this?
I really like this song though. It always gives me a chance, catch my breath and but
It's a little bit slower, yeah.
I really love the melody too, and I love the drums that I wrote to it. It's very fun to get like a little roll along with the little I don't know what you call it when you open the hi-hat.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. Like, you listening to this?
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had a recorded version of this song.
It came out really good, you guys. I really did enjoy it and stuff. That's why I put it on the list. I'm like, man, I know it's not on the album, but we gotta hit him with something.
It will
extra
be
and
on
stuff.
the new album.
It will be, okay.
Yeah, it will be on the new
So
album.
you got a sneak peek of it right now and stuff. You know what I mean? So the next song that I have over here is Sidewinder, man. What can you tell us about Sidewinder? This is a dope ass track. What can you tell us about
So
this
that song, actually, I written that song out of infidelity.
Oh, all
so
right.
when two people,
happens.
when two people break up, they go their separate ways, they do their own things. In this version that you're hearing, the beginning part starts off with the guy's point of view after the breakup.
Ah, okay.
The two couple, guy and girl. The second part of the lyrics is the girl's point of view.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and they're both
Very
going through the same thing. At the end of the point, at the end of the day, I thought you would never leave me.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
That's very interesting and stuff. Hell yeah.
That's like, I put this song more at the end of the album because it's more of like that's where they ended up. Like this couple doesn't end up happily ever after.
Yeah.
They end up,
which we're gonna find out here in a little bit. Yeah.
Broken up, and that's it.
Hell yeah. Eric, what can you tell us about this track right here?
I can't tell you much about the lyrical content, but I can tell you.
As far as the music, yeah.
As far as the music, it is one of my favorites to drum. I love being able to keep that high tempo.
It's very fast, honestly.
Yeah.
I noticed you keep a high tempo to that. Yeah.
That was the music originally. I was more used to drumming like fast punk music and stuff. So yeah, this one was really nice.
It's right in your alley right there, then, huh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I like this, man. I like this. So the next track that I have over here, we're gonna slow it down a little bit, man. Let's talk about Lover's Lane and stuff.
Lover's Lane.
You got lyrics over here like, I knew the day that we met, you were just the one for me. But in a blink of an eye, right? We fell in love and now we're saying goodbye.
Yeah, so
damn, check out those lyrics.
Yeah,
man.
I took the idea of two lovers coming together. It was a spring fling. You guys break up instantly. In the blink of an eye, we found love. Now we're saying goodbye.
Yeah, just like Grease, man.
Just like Grease. It's exactly like that. And I had the idea at the time. I wanted to write like a 50s sounding song.
Yeah.
So I wrote that.
Yeah.
Brought it to Eric. He wrote the drums, but I took the idea of just as you see on the album cover, two lovers falling in love instantly. They break up. They have to go their separate ways.
Man.
And yeah.
Listen to this song because the ending, I'm not going to give away the ending. Listen to the ending, man. This is like fucking dope, man. Eric, what can you tell us on the drums on this one?
I was really happy when he brought this one up to me. Actually, I remember seeing him perform by himself and playing it by himself. And I always love hearing that 50s melody.
Yeah, for real.
And I'd already heard, when the first time I saw him perform it, I'd already heard the beat in my head. He was just performing by himself, and I'm happy that it all ended up coming together, and I was able to put it on there.
That's cool. I feel like you did capture that old style of music. You know what I mean?
He did. He brought it in with like a modern sound.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here on the verse, you hear like his style. Listen. And then when we get to the chorus at the end of this part, he brings in like, it gets so loud. But that's the point of the song. It's meant to take you back to that time, but also to remind you that we're in the modern time. Like right here, the that's the modernity of us bringing it up, and then back to 50s.
Hell yeah, man. I like that right there. So the next track I got over here, let's talk about Home, okay? So with Home, I realized that, okay, you get very creative in this track by including every single track name on this, on the album on this one track, right? I noticed that, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? You keep the story going. What can you tell us about Home?
So Home, it's meant to be the last song of the album. But, when you get the real album from us, you will see that. But Home is about basically that whatever partner you found, man or woman, they leave. And then you're like, I found home, but, I hope I find you again. I specifically wrote every song title into it.
Noticed that. I was like, am I tripping now?
To collaborate the story. So at the end of the album, you hear all the songs being mentioned, and you're like, we went through all of this. I hope I find you again, whether it's in you or someone else. I hope I find
fucking dope, right?
Home, man. I hope I find home.
Hell yeah! If you're lyric obsessed like I am, I pay attention to all the words. Just how I caught all that, I was like, wait a minute, it can't just be 4 track titles. Then I started listening to it again. I was like, oh shit!
Yeah,
mention everything all in one track, man. That's fucking hella dope.
It was hard to do, but
but you found a way to stitch everything together.
I found a way, and I brought it to Eric, and that's where you hear the drums coming in. He knew exactly what to do.
Talk to me about that, Eric.
Yeah, no, this one came really easily to me. I remember just getting it one of the first times, one of the first runs and stuff, and I remember hearing it and just thinking, okay, I know what to do. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, hell yeah. It all just came together, huh? That's fucking hella dope right there. I like that. I like it when you come with an idea and right away you just fucking click and you just get it going and stuff, The next track that I have over here is one of my favorite ones, man. It's called Rage.
Rage, really?
Yeah. This is one of the ones, man. Like, I feel you on this track, man. When someone fucking pushes your buttons and stuff with their bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, this is one of those songs right here. You got lyrics like, I got so much rage in me, so get the fuck away from me before I explode on you. I'm tired of all the lies, and I hear from you and stuff. We've all gone through that shit. You know what I mean?
Everyone has gone through that.
Yeah, you put it perfectly in this song, man. What can you tell me about this song? Was it a personal thing that happened, or?
So I was jamming with Eric one time, and I had said, I want a heavy song. Like, I want like a song where people can like start fighting over it. And so we wrote Rage in like one day. It happened like instantly like that. And I didn't flesh out the lyrics until like a week later. But this song is basically about everyone that screwed us over along the way, even if it's personal, one by one. Eric, myself had gone through situations. I wrote that song just to like represent all the BS that we came through coming up. No matter, it's how we met.
Hell yeah.
Basically.
Eric, can you relate to this right here, man?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this was right up my alley. This is something I loved when he brought to me because it stands out from the rest of the songs. It stands out from the rest.
Hell yeah. This one you gotta listen with the volume all the way up, man.
Yeah, you gotta turn this one up, dude. Like the bass hits, like what's crazy is actually that in the second like right here where you're dan right there, and the second time you hear it, there was like a hot rod car driving by at the time when we were at Toyota, and he revs his motor. He's like, woo, and you could hear it in this song.
It? Yeah. I didn't catch that, man. Oh, I'm gonna listen to this shit again. Hell yeah.
I've got to. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah. Well, I'll point it out when it comes out. Let's see. Oh, it already passed. Actually.
Oh, it passed already. All right.
It starts at the second part where I'm going crazy.
I'm gonna have to listen to that again.
You could hear the hot rod car, dude. Engine was open lid, just woo, and it sounds clean.
Okay, the next track that I have over here is called This War. Okay, so I can relate to this one right here, man.
This War.
You got lyrics like, it was some years ago on this very day when I looked into your eyes and asked, would you stay with me forever? You wanted to.
My brother Steven actually wrote the song.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Steven wrote the song, and I brought it into the band. Like, again, he had only acoustic.
Yeah.
He wrote all the lyrics. I brought in the same guitar, maybe add a little bit of changes, but it's from him, and I wanted him to get his music out there. He wasn't gonna do it. So at the time, I was like, I have a band. Let's put your music out there at the same time.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
I'm your brother.
That's
I can
dope.
sing,
Yeah.
And so now he's happy to hear it because the song got premiered on the radio, 104.1, homegrown.
Nice.
Shout out to Joshua Teehee.
Shout out to them, yeah.
But the song, it hits home. The lyrics are very deep. It's about coming to, with your partner. You wish them a day, blew up in their face. You guys break up. The song is very, very personal, and it adds to the story. It adds a very deep
really nice
level of depth. Yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah. My brother also very talented. He never recorded anything, but he was so talented in music. So I feel you in that. He's my older brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Eric. What can you tell us on the music side of this one?
Vocally, this is my favorite track. I love Michael's vocals on this, and I remember it took me a while to actually get to the lyrics. You know, being the drummer, I don't always get to hear the lyrics. So when he had finally uploaded it to Bandcamp, I love that he included all the lyrics in the tracks, and I was able to hear what he was saying. And I really love this one.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. All right,
I gotta hit the back.
And there's so many more tracks here on this album and stuff, but I want you to go ahead and stream it. You know what I mean? You heard some of the stories on this album right here, but go ahead and stream it. It's available everywhere right now and stuff. So, all right, then, Michael, tell me about Jimi Hendrix, man, because I'm about to play some Purple Haze here that you covered and stuff.
Yeah. And, so Jimi Hendrix, I grew up studying. At the time, I didn't know what guitarists to take like advice from, and I was growing up at the time. I took an influence from Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, and then I got stuck on Jimi Hendrix. I saw this live performance of Purple Haze, and it just stuck in my head. I studied that guy and his playing style. I even bought a book on how to play his greatest hits. Yeah. But this was a song I would play at performances. I would take backing tracks of this and play it everywhere. And
get down on this track.
Yeah, so one of my cousins, Anthony Burnell, for watching this, shout out to him. He's a recording engineer. He helped me out with this a lot. The crazy thing is that at the time when I recorded this, I was almost blackout drunk. And
that's when you play the best.
Yeah, very crossfaded, and he left me alone with the recording gear. And so I was like, you know what? This is my last take. This is all I can do. And this is the take you're hearing.
No way, man. Sounded hella good.
Yeah, I hit this on the last take, and everything you hear was all recorded at the same time, vocals and guitar. And that outro solo that you're gonna hear, it was all improv. I had no idea what I was gonna do, but I was like, this part, it's stuck. And so I carried it on, and at the time it was my very first single. I had nothing out. I put this out just to people for listen to me.
Yeah.
And I included this song actually on a bonus track on every CD that we have out.
Oh, okay. You
should have this song.
Oh shit! That's fucking dope,
it's
man.
It's very like a bonus track.
Yeah, I like that.
It's at the end of every CD, but yeah, that's where Purple Haze
fucking dope, man. What a way to come out too.
Yeah.
Eric, are you drumming over here on this one right here?
No. I don't know who's drumming actually. It might just be
it's just a backing track.
Okay.
Yeah. I got the license to cover it.
Hell yeah.
At the time, I wasn't working with Eric yet. So if I had Eric there, I would have had him drum.
This is pre-hair then, huh? Because I know you were bald during that time too.
Yeah, this is pre-hair. I was bald at the time.
Yeah, there's another track out there, the Johnny B. Good one, you know what I mean? So go ahead and check out the social media accounts and stuff, because you will hear that one right there. That one, dude, you get down on that track too. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I was crossfaded, so I was just, whatever you hear is me at my unconscious level, just ripping.
Hell yeah, man. But it sounded really good, man. So at the end of the show, we're going to premiere the song, The Show, okay? You heard a little glimpse of it, but we're going to play the whole track here at the end of the show. But before we get to that and stuff, let's get into some fun questions, okay? Ooh. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some crazy questions right now. I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind, okay? You're good, Eric? You're already like fucking nervous, dude. Yeah. All right, so let's say, who is your dream collaboration?
Oh, for me, dream collaboration, instantly, I would say just Tom DeLonge. I want Boxcar Racer.
All right.
Collaborated with the new Them. That alone right there would be magic.
What kind of song would it be?
It would be an alternative rock song.
All right.
It would be.
What about?
Give
me a subject. What would it be about?
My latest thing, it would be about a toxic relationship.
There you go. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, it would hit too. I know it would hit.
Hell yeah. Eric, who will be your dream collaboration, man?
I'd say Scott Sturgeon from Choking Victim.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that'd be fucking dope. What kind of song would it be?
Of course, a Crack Rock Steady song. Yeah, I would love to, get in on writing one, a nice melodic one.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so if not for the genre that you play, okay, because you're a little bit of alternative punk and everything, you're a little bit everywhere. What other music would you like to dab into?
Ooh, you know what? I've been recently listening to the Smiths a lot,
right?
And I want some like melodic, like you know, songs like that. Like I have ideas, but I'm gonna bring it to Eric and
see what he thinks.
Yeah, and see what he thinks about it. Because I've written some stuff.
That's interesting.
But that's the alternative route that we would take just to experiment.
So there is something out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting, Eric.
Yeah.
I've actually been wanting to get into jazz. I've been learning a lot of jazz drum beats, and it's so fun. It's very challenging, but it's so rewarding when you can actually get one of the beats down.
Yeah.
Everybody says jazz. You know what I mean? Hey, be the first one to do it then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll be dope, man. Besides music, what other talent does Michael have?
Ooh, I'm very good at gaslighting. I'm just kidding.
That's where all these songs fucking come from.
No. I mean, I'm just a very good. Maybe I'm good with people persons. If I was like a manager for a band, we would go far.
Okay, so you go up to people and like, hey man, what's going on?
Blah, blah, blah. I'm very.
You're the opposite of me, man.
Yeah, I'm very social, very business related.
Cool, man. Cool.
Like if I wasn't doing music, I would either be a mechanic or
All right.
a booking agent.
Nice.
Those are my talents outside of music.
I like that. Yeah. Eric?
Oh, talents outside of music. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm not too certain on that. But I have done a bit of promoting. So I would say I would try to be promoting music. Somehow putting together shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but nice. Outside of music, I'm not sure what I would actually pursue. Yeah,
I mean, you're a good promoter, actually, though.
I would love to get into surfing, but
I
mean, I don't have that type of money to be able to get into it.
It's expensive,
I don't live over there. I don't have money for gas and surf lessons and all that. And
that'd be pretty cool, though, huh? To go out there in the ocean and start surfing and shit.
Yeah, but say I gave up music, then I think I'm gonna go try to learn how to surf. Why not?
There you go. Hell yeah. You still got time, man. Hell yeah. All right, so growing up, we used to grow up with a bunch of toys and stuff. Different toys and stuff. What was your favorite toy growing up?
Mine instantly was those little.
Look at him right now. He went back in time right now.
I was with my grandma.
All right.
Rest her soul. These little toy soldiers. I don't know if you remember them, little plastic guys.
Yeah, the green ones?
Yeah.
I know
exactly little green ones. Those are my favorite toys by far. We would set them up, put them out. She would crinkle up paper, and we would throw them at the toys.
Oh, okay.
Growing up, that's all we did. That's all I remember.
Like you got to have an immation to play with those because they didn't move.
Yeah, they didn't move. Like
whatever position that we're in, that's what you're doing.
I would set them up on desk. Everything that she had, she would get annoyed too. Like take those off my picture frame. Like nah.
They're at war right now. Shit.
Yeah, we're at war right now. What are you talking about?
That's hilarious, man. Eric, what you got, man? What kind of toys did you grow up with? What's your favorite toy, man?
Favorite toys that I don't see anymore are Tech Deck dudes.
I love
which one are those?
Tech Deck dudes.
Tech Decks, huh? Yeah, which ones are those?
You don't remember they were like little characters? They were fingers. For some reason, they were all fingers. They were like little magnetic characters, and they had skateboards.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
And World Industries did a couple too. They did Flame Boy on a skateboard, Wet Willie. The Grim Reaper on a skateboard.
I remember
that.
They were little magnetic toys, and they were so much fun. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about food, okay? If you had a final meal, and that's it, all right? Ooh. What would it be?
Wet burrito, chili verde, beans and rice inside.
So you're gonna go out with big, you know what I mean? Them motherfuckers are big.
Yeah, I want to be so full that at the last meal.
Vámonos. All right, Eric, what do you think, man? What's the final meal, man?
It would be pepper jack mac and cheese, Cajun chicken,
all spicy.
Yeah.
Oh,
fried zucchini coins, and then mashed potatoes.
God damn! You're gonna go out full.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's funny because all this shit you already had it in your head already, man. I love that. What's your favorite movie?
Superbad.
Superbad. It's a good movie. Hell yeah. McLovin, man. That's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hell yeah. We still watch that shit right now.
I love that movie, bro.
That's a good one, man. Favorite movie, Eric? What do you think it is?
Oh, man. That's a tough question for me. I love a lot of movies.
Detroit Rock City. I didn't even
That's a good one, yeah. That's a good one.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I love... there's a movie called Ken Park that I really, really liked a lot. I saw it when I was growing up.
That's a local film.
Yeah, it's by Larry Clark. He's my favorite director. And Ken Park really helped me a lot when I was growing up. It's a good movie.
I'm going to have to check that one out, man. I haven't seen that one yet. All right, there's a hard one right here. If your life had a theme song, what song would it be?
Anxiety.
You're gonna pick your own song. You can pick any music out there. Anxiety is the one. Man.
Anxiety, bro. I swear my entire life is anxiety.
Oh shit, man. All right, Eric. If your life had a theme song, any song in existence, man, what song would it be?
You're asking tough questions here, but I right now off the top of my head, I can say "Too Drunk to Fuck" by the Dead Kennedys. Yeah,
that's a good song too, man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it?
Ooh, I would do instant teleportation. And I would rob every bank.
Hell yeah, that's what's
I would rob the biggest bank, just like pop in, pop out. I'm out.
Hey, here's a follow-up question. What will be your superhero name?
Superhero name? Chaz.
Chaz. Fuck it up.
Hey, it's Chaz.
Just
He's robbing another bank.
Just a plain fucking simple name, but that's Chaz right there.
Chaz.
What would you say? Or Chad with a D then, all right?
Oh, Chaz. Double Z.
Okay, double Z, all right.
See, I always love this question because I already know it's Danny Phantom's powers, ghost powers. You know, he has so much. He could fly. He has like some type of beams. He could go through walls. You know, do all this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot that comes with that one.
Danny Phantom. So Danny Phantom, and for name, I'm not sure. I guess Ecto Eric. You know, something sure. Yeah.
He already had it already. You know.
He said, I don't know, but
Ecto Eric. You know.
I just thought of it right now. I never thought of the name.
That's a good one, man. All right, so let's get into a serious question, okay?
Ooh, serious.
So without laughing, okay? Let's be serious now. Michael, point at your tickle spot. The forehead, huh?
The forehead.
That's very interesting. And you didn't laugh too.
Imagine some girl just be like,
this is a record. This is a record. This is a BUG record right here. Nobody, you know, he's laughing now, but he was serious.
If you come up to me and be like, I'm like,
I'm gonna do that in your show today. Then what? Eric,
the nipples. It's come on.
He's like, I'm sensitive. I got sensitive nipples and shit. Can we say nipples here in Canada? We can say that. Yeah, we'll let it fly. That is funny, man. All right, what's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you on stage?
Most embarrassing thing. Oh my gosh. It happened at our last show. We were at
just recently happened.
Yeah, recently. We were in Fresno, outside of Fresno, probably like 20 minutes out.
Oh, it's Fresno. You're good then.
Yeah. I had I was jumping around to the music and I had accidentally hit the power cable. And so my guitar cut out.
That's a wrap.
And then like Eric's still playing the drums. I'm like, dude, I got to plug in the power cable again. And we got to restart.
Oh, yeah. At that point, I guess the best thing to do is restart.
Yeah, it was during anxiety. So, you know, if
always that fucking song too.
Yeah, if you guys are familiar with that song, that wow, like we got that far and then it cut out.
Hell
so
yeah!
I was just like, Eric, let's just go in the
yeah.
That to me that was super embarrassing.
Yeah, it's right from the start.
Like people were clapping already, cheering like woo, and then it just. I'm like,
what do? You plug in and start looking cool again, type shit.
Yeah. I didn't even like panic. I was just like, oh my power cable, you know.
Hell yeah, man. What about for you, Eric? Was it that one too?
No. It's getting. I can't remember the specific time, but it's getting thrown off because I hit myself with my sticks.
Oh, that happens, man.
Yo, it happens. Yeah, and I don't even know if anyone notices because I'm just trying to look at the audience and stuff.
Plus, you got your hair all over your face. Like they won't even tell. Yeah,
but you know, whenever I hit myself with the stick, I'm like, oh man.
That's hilarious. I actually had a stick break. I was playing in church, and the drumstick broke, and it hit me right here in the forehead, dude. Damn. I started bleeding right there. That shit was. That
you
shit
were bleeding from that?
Hell yeah, that shit with the wood, a sharp wood, fucking right on your head. Hell yeah,
gosh.
That shit was dope, man. So this is the question that gets everybody in trouble, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and ask, man. Fuck it, it could be a new song. If you could date any celebrity out there, who would it be?
Any celebrity? Dakota Johnson.
All right, not bad
Dakota
at all.
Johnson
exactly
from 50 Shades. You know that woman is.
Shit, even her mom looks good.
Yeah, even her mom. You know, but she's the first person that came to my mind as soon as.
There you go, man. Eric.
Man, celebrities. I haven't really thought of celebrities in a long time because I always just say it's unrealistic. I'm not even gonna think of it. But
hey, you never know. She could be watching, bro.
You never know. You know, for whatever reason, I'm just gonna say Selena Gomez.
Selena.
Oh, yo.
Hey, she be looking good, man. You know what I mean? Hey, she's taken right now, bro. You heard the new album, damn it.
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
That's for Benny Blanco.
Benny
man.
Blanco.
Man, fuck that guy, bro. You can get her, bro.
Yeah, hey, if you're watching,
hey, call me.
Call Eric.
That's funny, man. What's the most difficult song you had to write?
Probably Sidewinder. Sidewinder was
a good one.
It was so complicated to write on the guitar and the vocals because when I was playing it, I'm playing something very complex, and to sing over it, it was just tripping me up. So I hammered at it, and then I brought it to Eric, and pa-da-da.
Damn,
it was done.
All right, Eric, what about you on the music side? What was a song that you just, you couldn't get the timing? It was difficult for you to play, or anything else?
I'm thinking right now about, especially I'm trying to think for the new Dan, what was the most difficult one for me to get, and one that I still struggle with. Actually, it'll be Last Dance, because I think that's the one I try to get the most complex in a certain part,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's a good one right there.
That one has a lot of changes.
So here's a question right here, man. For the new listeners that are listening right now, what will be the one song that you would pick? The one song that says, hey, man, this is what I'm about right here.
Ooh, either Last Dance. I would just say Last Dance.
Last Dance. Okay. I was hoping you didn't say Anxiety again, man. No. All right, Eric, what would you have to say? Which is the one right here?
That's a good choice, because I want to say The Show, because, that really goes to, the type of drums like
your style that, you grew up with.
Yeah, a little faster and stuff. Or Rage.
That's a good one. Hell yeah.
That's even closer.
Hell yeah.
I would say Rage is more what I'm.
That's a good one right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Michael, what motivates you to write music, man?
What motivates me is getting out the hood.
And here we go. We brought you into the hood and shit.
No, I'm joking. No, it's just a life experience, and the only way I can channel it is through music. So I like that. That's what motivates me. Like the second album that we got coming. I'm working on a song called Black Widow, but it was from a life experience, and it fuels that. It fuels the writing, and that's where it all comes from.
I like that, man. I like it. You keep teasing this next album and stuff, man. I'm gonna hold you to that. That's fucking dope, man.
This next album is emotional and very. I want to say it's an ugly side of me, but it's not. It's just people crash out.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. People crash out, but it's very in capturing of me crashing out.
Yeah.
And I got a couple songs I got to show Eric, but man, it's more emotional than the first album that you're gonna
really see. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. But isn't that cool that you can express yourself in music like that? A lot of people don't have that talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's raw.
That's fucking dope, man.
And, you'll feel the emotion whenever you hear it.
Hell yeah, you turn it into art and stuff. You know what I mean? What about you, Eric? What motivates you to keep playing, man? Keep making music and stuff.
History. I love history, and making music and getting stuff recorded, and set. It's like getting stuff etched into stone. You're a part of history. Once you get it recorded, get it on physical copies, get it on digital, you're immortalized in a certain sense. So
that's dope, man. Hell yeah. Imagine that, like 50 years from now, somebody picks up your physical CD. You know what I mean? And then they listen to it, they can relate to it, man. How fucking cool is that, man?
Oh, it's awesome.
Hell yeah, I like that.
That'd be crazy.
So over here at the Bakersfield Underground, man, we like to share the spotlight with other artists and stuff as well. Can you, Michael, name an up-and-coming artist or even a band that's out there that you could be like, hey, man, check this band out right here?
Ooh, yeah. Actually, if you guys want to check out a band that's up-and-coming, check out Purple Pops. They're from my town, Porterville, California. They're up and coming.
Hey, big shout out to them. I'm going to check them out. Hell yeah.
Big shout out to Purple Pops. They'll be playing with us on June 1st. They will be there at the show.
Oh, I'm going to definitely check that out.
Check them out. They're really good.
Eric? I didn't know they were going to be playing on June 1st, but also playing with us on June 1st will be Psychotica. From up in Los Banos, California. Yes. They're really good.
Oh, from Los Banos,
They're really good, yeah.
I'm going to check that out. Yeah, I haven't heard of any of these bands, but I'm looking forward to listening in on all this music and stuff. Thank you for sharing that and stuff. What is next? You've been teasing this album right here, man. So what is next for the new them?
For the new them, what would be next is you're going to get studio versions of our first and second album.
Dope.
Eric and I will be working on that independently. We're not going to go with anybody else. Some new merch. We have some new merch ideas coming through, and we'll be planning some new shows outside of our area of comfort. We usually perform within Fresno, Porterville, Bakersfield, those areas.
Hell yeah.
We're going to push out to go to the coast. We're going to go to SLO, LA. We're going to try those areas out.
Yeah, expand a little bit more. Yeah. Hell yeah. You guys got the talent to go ahead and the music out there, to put it out there. Yeah. And stuff. I'm pretty sure people will love to hear you guys out there in their town.
Yeah, we're going to push for that. So in 2025, that's what to expect from the new them. New tour locations, new CD, new merch.
Hell yeah, that's what's up right there. You know what I mean? So before we get to the premiere of the show, let's talk about social media, man. Go ahead and plug away. Let them know where they can find you.
Social media. You guys can find us at The New Them. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. It's all the same. The New Them. We have an account and everything. Reach out to us if you want to book us. And if you guys are just interested in us, give us a follow. Listen to the album. If you want to listen for free and you don't have Apple Music or Spotify or anything, go to bandcamp.com/thenewthem. The album's up there for free. You can listen unlimited, however much you want.
There you go, man. I love that right there. You know what I mean? So go ahead and check it out, man. We're going to go ahead and premiere the show right now, broski.